Hey everybody, this is Mike. Welcome back. So today we're going to talk about more sightings and supernatural stuff in Yorkville. Yorkville's whispers. We're going to talk about cursed corners, phantom sounds, and unseen cults of Manhattan. All right, so let's start in here. Right, Yorkville, a beautiful, affluent corner of Manhattan, often seen as a bastion of quiet charm, but peel back its polished veneer and you might find something far more unsettling. Beyond the documented hauntings and the usual ghost stories, every old neighborhood holds its secrets. The rumors, the hushed gossip, the things people only speak of in whispers. Tonight we're not just exploring the paranormal, we're diving into the speculative, the what-ifs, the chilling anecdotes passed down through generations of residents. We'll uncover Yorkville's cursed corners, listen for its phantom sounds, and ponder if something far older and more clandestine truly hides in plain sight. Every city has its bad luck spots, but in Yorkville, some residents whisper about specific blocks that seem afflicted by perpetual misfortune. Take, for instance, a stretch of East 85th Street, where local gossip has long claimed businesses simply can't last. Storefronts here seem to turn over every few months, failing inexplicably even when similar ventures thrive just a block away. The rumors aren't about ghosts, but a pervasive sense of bad energy or a curse tied to the land itself. Some speculate it's the lingering resentment from a specific tragic event that happened or on that exact plot centuries ago, perhaps during the colonial era, or even tied to a disputed land claim. Others suggest it's a residual effect from a negative individual who once owned the land, their malevolence seeping into the very foundations, causing anything built upon it to falter. Local real estate agents might dismiss it as a coincidence, but for many longtime residents, it's an accepted quiet truth. Some corners of Yorkville simply don't want to be settled, actively pushing away prosperity and fostering an air of perpetual failure. Not all strange phenomena are seen, some are only heard. Along the quiet, elegant stretch of East End Avenue, particularly near the early morning hours, a curious rumor persists among dog walkers and early risers, the sound of a phantom piper. Residents, usually those in apartments overlooking the river or Carl Schulz Park, have reported hearing faint melancholic pipe music, sometimes described as a bagpipe or a fife, drifting through the stillness. It's always distant, never seeming to come from a specific source, and often fades as quickly as it appears. There's never a musician, no one practicing, and the sound defies conventional explanation. The gossip traces it back to whispers of a lonely musician from Yorkville's past, perhaps a recent immigrant who played for solace by the river, or a soldier who passed through during a bygone war. Some believe it's a residual echo of a poignant memory, while others suggest it's a lonely spirit, unable to rest, still playing its mournful tune to the passing ships on the river, heard only by those attuned to the city's hidden vibrations. Yorkville's deep European roots and historical privacy have given rise to a darker, more unsettling rumor, those of hidden cults and esoteric societies. One persistent piece of gossip centers around an old German church in the neighborhood, hinting at more than just religious services taking place within its grand walls, especially in forgotten annexes or basements. Local lore, often dismissed as fanciful, speaks of a clandestine group active in the early 20th century that reportedly conducted arcane rituals beneath the church or in a secretly accessed building nearby. These weren't necessarily demonic in the overt sense, but focused on tapping into unseen energies, perhaps for power or influence. The gossip suggests they used a combination of ancient European mysticism and local indigenous ley lines, believing Yorkville to be a powerful energetic nexus. While no concrete evidence has surfaced, the whispers persist. Some residents living near this church have reported strange low hums emanating from the ground late at night or fleeting unusual lights in obscure windows. Could these be mere architectural quirks or subtle lingering echoes of a powerful, long-forgotten society whose rituals left a permanent, unsettling imprint on this quiet, historic corner of Yorkville? In a city as old as New York, time itself can sometimes feel elastic. In Yorkville, some whispers describe subtle, disorienting temporal shifts, particularly in specific narrow side streets of forgotten alleyways, places where the modern world feels momentarily absent. These aren't full-blown time travels, but fleeting, almost dreamlike glimpses of another era. Residents and even delivery drivers have reported momentarily confusion, a feeling of losing time for a few seconds, or perceived things that shouldn't be there. Imagine walking down a quiet Yorkville alley only for a split second to see it populated by figures of the 19th century attire, or hear the distinct clip-clop of horse hooves on cobblestones, only for it to vanish the next instant, replaced by the familiar sounds of city traffic. These are often dismissed as fatigue or imagination, but those who experience them know they are vivid and unsettling moments. Yorkville, with its stately homes and European charm, might seem like an unlikely stage for truly bizarre, but as we've explored beneath its quiet elegance lie layers of rumor, unsettling anecdotes, and strange phenomena that defy explanations. What about you? Have you ever experienced anything in Yorkville or anywhere in the city? Let me know in the comments, and I'll speak to you next time.